Welcome to episode number 2.5 of my PlayStation 5 Let's Play titled Oops, taking place in Heartland of America in Griffin, Indiana. Please sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the adventure. Hello, folks, and welcome to the next day. Well, we've had some amazing and strange developments happening overnight. Last night, I finished compacting the silage clamp, getting that shaft all packed down. I got the clamp covered up. Went in, went to bed, woke up, went to sleep. Now, when I woke up this next morning, the map, Griffin, Indiana 19 by ajFarmer had an update. Went ahead and did that update because of the last line of the update said old save safe. I believe is what it said. I believe it said it was old save file safe. So I took that as meaning that it was okay to update. Well, some weird things happened. When I updated, all the trees that I had cut down in the pre-setup phase of this, well, all those trees are back. As you can see, we got a tree growing up in the middle of our shed now. Well, what I'm going to have to do now is, instead of this being episode 3, we're going to call it Oops, episode 2.5. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead into the store, and this is a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, go into forestry products, and what we're going to do is we're going to lease the Trek 600. Now what this is going to do is this is going to allow us to go ahead and get rid of all those trees. So this episode is going to be really short. It's going to be me basically using the Treks to go ahead and get rid of all the trees. So we got ahead and leased that. So let's go ahead and jump into it and get it back to town. So yeah, sorry for the inconvenience, but I was like, oh man, really? I was hoping, for a minute there, I thought I was going to have to restart the entire series, and I was like, no, I really don't want to do that. So hopefully this is going to allow me to cut everything and get it back to where it was. What I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and drive this back to the farm, and when I get back there, we'll start cutting some trees out. So on the ride back to the farm with the Treks, I was thinking I probably didn't explain that very well. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and pulled up the mod from Mod HUD. I pulled up the Griffin map mod, so we can go ahead and take a look at the change log from today. Look, here's the change log right there, 1.1.1.0. That's the one that took effect this morning, and the one that I had just recently updated to. There's the first part of it. We'll see the second part of it. A lot of fixes have been made and a lot of changes made to the map, for the good, I think. But the part that interests us the most is it says new save required only for ground foliage to work. I wasn't too worried about the foliage. I wanted to continue with the map the way it was. So I took the second part of saying old save update safe, as in the fact that I could just update it and it would still work and it would keep all my stuff the way it was. Well, unfortunately, we got trees growing up everywhere, so hence the reason why this is 2.5 called Oops. We're going to have to do the snap and get those trees going again. So let's get cutting. Okay, looks like we're approaching the farm here. Let's go ahead and start grinding these trees and get rid of those stumps. Go ahead and turn this on. Turn that on. Tip it up a little bit and let's see what we can start doing. There, first tree gone. Now, unfortunately, this is probably going to have a little bit of impact on our money. Depending on what kind of an impact, depends on what I'm going to do. If it impacts it, because I had some plans ahead of time. I thought about it off camera about our progression forward. We probably were going to buy a harvester, small harvester and a header, so we can go ahead and harvest field 13. What we were also going to do is buy a baler, probably a bale trailer, a plow, a cultivator, a seeder. And all that may change now, depending on how much this is going to cost me in leasing fees to get rid of all these trees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep running around. Well, at least it's nice to look at the fact that at least I left my painting in there. And it seems like the trees are easier to cut this time. They're definitely disappearing quicker. There's a little bit of a battle last time. Yeah, these ones are the worst right here. Let's see if we can get a different angle on it. There we go. It looks like if we can get a good angle on it, it seems to go much, much quicker. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to ride around and see if I can remember which trees I got rid of and which trees I didn't get rid of. It ought to make it kind of a little interesting, that's for sure. Pretty sure I got rid of this one too. I think I got rid of that one. So if there's any changes between episode 2 and the rest and the end of this episode, this is why, because we've had to go ahead and redo our tree cutting. I'm trying to get it about the same, but as you can tell, it's probably going to take a little bit of work. We might have to come around and do some foliage cleaning up too. Do a little landscaping to get rid of some of these other things, but it is what it is. At least you guys get to see the Trex in action. This is a great, awesome mod. It's probably one of my top 10 mods of all time. It makes doing stuff like this so much easier, especially when you're planning a Let's Play and you're trying to set stuff up. It allows you to very easily go around and clear land. As I say that, we have an issue with the first tree. These can be kind of rough sometimes too. Well, we'll come back to that one from another direction. As you can see, I cut a layer out of the bottom. I need to get it higher up probably for it to actually take the tree out all the way. We'll try it from this angle, see if this has any better luck. No better luck. Yeah, some of these can be quite problematic. So what we'll do is we'll raise that up. There we go. Looks like we got some wood chips on the ground. Let's see if we can get all that cleaned up. There. Looks like that's all cleaned up now. Hey, let's keep clearing some trees. Maybe we'll do some of the stuff that I had planned for episode 3. Like I had planned that we were going to clean that loading wagon over there. We got to get that cleaned up. Got to get it pressure washed and all that stuff, but let's go ahead and see if we can't get. Yeah, this is. Can be a pain in the butt sometimes. As you can see, there's just a sliver there, but this tree is still registering. There we go. Keep continuing. I don't remember how many of these trees I actually took out before. My main concern is the trees inside of the sheds. Getting rid of those trees inside the sheds is going to be a little bit of a hassle. Hopefully we can get that done with this, and it won't be. I won't have to remove it and then cut it and then replace it, because that would be such a pain in the butt. I really do not want to have to do that. Really, really, really hoping I don't have to go around and, sell all the sheds and silage clamp. Oh, we got rid of that part of it. I think we got it. Yeah, we got that one mostly gone. So as long as it doesn't affect me being able to actually get equipment in there and out of there, I suppose that little piece will be all right. There, we get rid of that little one. Come back over here and clean out this little one. Yeah, this Trex is awesome. If you guys ever need an easy way to clear part of a map and you're not worried about getting, you know, the wood off it or the wood chips. You know, the one thing I wish they would do with this, I wish they would have put the option of actually grinding these into wood chips, so you can actually either store the wood chips on the unit itself, or give it the ability to haul a trailer, you know, sort of like a forage harvester. Oh, look at that, just glitching right out. There we go. You know, give it the option of like a forest harvester to put it into a trailer, a tow behind trailer, because it's already got the 3-point hitch. You know, if we could get a bulk trailer hooked on this with a chute to actually push wood chips into a trailer with this, this would make this probably my #1 mod of all times, easily. You know, but that is probably wishful thinking. If I had the know-how and the ability to do it, I would definitely make a Trex version similar to this that had that option available. You know, this would make doing wood chipping so much easier, and it would actually make semi-profitable clearing land into farmland. Because it would definitely make it way easier, that's for sure. Now, I'm not sure what I have for trees up through here. I'm pretty sure I left these ones alone. But I do know that I have one right there in front of the manure pit, and one right there in front of the silage clamp. I'm pretty sure there was one inside the building too, but I don't see that one. There was a small tree that was in there before, but apparently it didn't want to grow back. But yeah, this is what this episode is going to entail right here, is just a bunch of cleanup. From, we're going to be like Thanos and do the snap. Or be like Tony Stark and snap everything back into existence. No, be Iron Man. But while we're right here, what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and jump out and take a look at this. As you can see, I've gone ahead and covered up the silo. We're fermenting silage. It's at 87%, so that'll be done soon. That'll be good. Then we can start getting that to the biogas plant and start getting some money made. You know, I also, last episode towards the tail end of it, and in between episodes, I bought the leveling plow for the TLX to help me get the silage moved off, and so it wasn't so clumpy and smoothed out, and it worked really well. So that was a little bit of expense, but not much. But yeah, big plans going forward. Next episode, I think we're going to see a lot of things happen. We're going to start making a lot of progression. You know, field 13, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and harvest that. You know, I got my idea on this small John Deere harvester. We'll take that straw from that field and bale it. You know, we're going to need a trailer to be able to transport that. We'll bring it back here to the farm, so we can have some of that ready for our cows. You know, that barley will make it available to us, so hopefully we'll be able to. There's a floating tree, because I don't think that just cut that. I think that was actually a floating tree. So we'll come back and get that one in a minute and clean up all these other little pieces and branches. Chop this down a little bit and see if that helps. No, we're getting hidden in the trees here. Don't want to get lost in the bushes. Yeah, the way they make these bushes sometimes makes it really hard. I understand that modders have to do this to make it look this way. But basically what you're seeing right there is the top of trees. They've actually buried the trees way down in the ground. If you actually took the landscaping tool and dug all this out, the trees would actually go down a long ways. But let's see if we can get this cleared up, because... And the other thing that will happen is if we don't get it all cleared up when I go to plow this, it'll stop the plow. Because remember, I was saying we're going to plow all this field. We're going to plow this entire field so we can get it soil sampled, so we can start putting lime and fertilizer on it so we can increase our grass yield. Oh, we have one of those hard to cut trees. There it goes. There it goes. Let's drop this back down and see if we can finish clearing up. Clearing up the stump. Oh, it looked like it didn't want to clear up the stump after all. Looks like I still got a bit of the stump right there. Well, that looks like it took care of it right there. Looks like we took care of some more. Looks like I got more wood chips. Yeah, we got those wood chips cleared up. See if we can get the rest of these cleared up. I think these are all the trees that I had cut prior to the start of the Let's Play. You know, these track vehicles can be kind of a pain in the butt to drive sometimes too, but you see that split right there in the top of the tree? That's what makes these hard sometimes. There we go. Let's see if we can get that tipped up just right so we can get these tops. Yeah, oh, looks like I'm going to get stuck in the trees here. Let's see if we can get it spin her out. That last tree here coming up. Let's see if we can get rid of that one. There we go. See if we can get this tree out of here. See if we can reach it high enough. There we go. Okay, I think that is it for the trees that I had cut down prior to the start. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and get this returned. I'll be back in a minute, and we'll clean up the rest of the equipment that I didn't clean up last night, and we'll get ready for the next episode. I'll see you all shortly. Okay, so just getting back from returning the treks to the store. We just released that for about an hour, if that. Let's go ahead and get this loading wagon cleaned up here so we can get it put away. Once we get this cleaned up and put away, then what I think we'll do is, I was going to do the mowers, but I think the plan is next episode is we're going to go ahead and mow field 33. So I don't see a point in cleaning those up yet. Because what we're going to do is we're going to probably ted that and put it in bales. So there's no point in using the loading wagon. So let's get this loading wagon cleaned up and put away. There we go. Let's go ahead and unhook this for here right now. Nah, we'll put it away. Then what I'm thinking I want to do is I want to take the soil test and I want to go do soil samples on field 33 up in the corner of that grass field that we're planning on mowing tomorrow, next episode. I'm thinking we might be able to afford to get a manure spreader, get some manure on it, and get like two stages of fertilization on it before we actually mow it, to increase the yield on it, so we can get some more hay bales out of it than what we normally would. I mean, that's the thought. get this backed in here, and we'll go hook up that soil sample, and we'll go give it a try. There we go. Look at that, improving already. Let's go ahead and detach that. Come over here and pick up this soil sampler. Let's go ahead and head up to field 33. See if we can do some soil, some samples. Yeah, the plan for the next episode, like I was saying, is we're going to plow this field next episode. We're going to lime this field. Then we're going to throw a layer of manure onto it. And then we'll probably cultivate it. And then we're going to fertilize it. And then we'll go ahead and seed it. I think we're going to grow... I think we're talking about doing soybeans. Probably going to do soybeans on this field. And then after we seed it, what we'll do is we'll see if it needs another layer of fertilization. If it does, we'll put another level of fertilization onto it. If not, then we'll just let it grow. While all that is happening tomorrow, hopefully we can continue to do some contracts so we can make some more money. I know that most people around this part of the country use actual liquid fertilizer instead of solid fertilizer. So let's go ahead and get up into this field right here. Let's go ahead and open the menu up here a little bit. Let's go ahead and unfold the sampler. Let's go ahead and lower the unit. Let's try that right there. Let's go ahead and take a sample. Probably going to end up taking more soil samples than we expect to on this field just because I can't really see it all that well. There's no real defined, it's not like the other ones where there's an actual defined edge to the field. This one's sort of grown in with grass. So we're going to do the best we can. But yeah, we'll get field 1 done up tomorrow and planted, that's for sure. I say tomorrow, and what I mean is next episode. And we'll get, hopefully, field 13 harvested. Once we get that harvested, and we'll get the straw all baled up, we'll get all that straw hauled back. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing to that field. I'm not sure if it's going to need plowing or not. We won't know until after we harvest the field. But if it needs plowing, then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and plow that field up. And do the same thing. If it needs plowing, then we'll have to do some lime. We'll go ahead and lime that field again. And do pretty much the same thing as we were doing to field number 1. Now, my other thought is, you know, with field number 1 is maybe we want to do corn on that. I'm not sure. I know that we talked about doing corn in the pasture. Oh, it looks like this field got small quick. Yeah, a little bit. Looks like that was a wasted sample. Hey, let's go ahead and get those samples sent in. Let's go ahead and get those sent in. Let's lift the unit up. Let's go ahead and fold it up. Let's go ahead and get this tractor back to the station. Not the station, let's go ahead and get it back to the farm. Yeah, lots of things happening. I think next episode we're going to try to get some chickens. Especially after we harvest that barley, we'll have some food to be able to feed them. So we'll start getting some chickens. You know, if everything plays out over the next couple of episodes, maybe next episode or the episode after, we're gonna try to get into doing some cows. We'll start making some TMR. Silage has gone ahead and fermented. That chaff has turned into silage. Then we'll be able to combine that with the hay we'll get off 33. and combine that with the straw we're going to get off 13. We'll have definitely we'll have to get a mixing wagon, and we'll start mixing up some we'll definitely start mixing up some TMR, putting that away for the cows. You know, we're also going to have to start hauling silage to the biogas facility, so we can start getting some digestate made up and start getting paid for that silage. Well, folks, we're pulling in here to the farm, so let's go ahead and get this unhooked. What we'll do is I'll get this unhooked, and we'll take a run over and we'll take a look at the silage clamp real quick and find out what our status is on that, and see how long we got to wait before we actually got some silage. Okay, here we are, getting back over here to the silage clamp. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this is fermenting. 90%. Hopefully that'll be done shortly into next episode, and then we'll be able to start hauling that in. We also got the results from our soil sample. Let's go ahead and bring those up. Nitrogen looks okay. pH doesn't look too bad, but the nice thing about that field is it's completely loam. That means we're going to get some awesome, great yields out of that. So what I'm thinking is we may harvest the grass off that. What I'll do is I'll put some manure on it, I'll put a fertilizing stake, see if we can get that pH level up. All right, not pH level, but the nitrogen level. Then we'll go ahead and mow that. Get a really good yield of hay off it. And then what I'm thinking we're going to do is plow that up, and I'm going to probably start making that our primary soybean field, so we get really good yields off it. And then probably on field 1, I'll turn that into probably a corn crop. We'll use corn for chaff, and then the pasture over here, what we'll do is we'll plow all this up and reseed it with grass, and then use the majority of that grass to be able to produce hay, and if we need to, more chaff. You know, if we find we're getting an excess of hay, we'll just turn that into chaff, and then we'll turn field 1 back into another cash crop or a straw crop. Well, folks, I'd like to thank you all for watching episode 2.5, you know, titled Oops, here in Heartland of America, Griffin, Indiana. Thank you all that have taken the time to share this adventure with me. If you liked what you see, please subscribe, hit that like button, go ahead and click the notification bell so you can get notified the next time my video is posted. Like I said, I'm going to try to post the videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. With that said, I thank you all very much. Everybody, please stay safe and have a great week. Bye.